Hey everyone. I can see everyone is starting to join. It's good to see y'all again. We have about 2 minutes until the top of the hour, so I'll give everyone time to get in and get settled. See some of the same people joining from Boston, Minnesota, Tucson. I'm curious, is this the first session that you're joining today, or have you been watching the other sessions? And if you've been watching the other sessions, which one has been your favorite? So far, we've had the keynote, State of the Job Search. Bogdan did a session on resume writing. And then we just did Steve Dalton's session on the 2 hour job search. Is that it? Am I missing one for some reason? Chris Stambolitis did a session on LinkedIn. That one was really cool. Being able to, like, that wasn't even a presentation. That was just like, went behind the scenes, looked at LinkedIn Recruiter, and was just like, here's how it works. And this is what the recruiter sees. So this is what you need to do. Um, okay, looks like, wow, a lot of people have been in all of them. So that's cool. LinkedIn, yeah, that was a good one. LinkedIn session. Yeah, it was a really good one. I really liked Steve Dalton's session. He has good energy, like just very motivating, very like confident. When you're listening to somebody who speaks confidently, it just kind of motivates you a lot. I've been all day and enjoyed them all, but LinkedIn was great. All sessions so far, all of them nice. Glad y'all have been able to join all of them. Um, have all been informative, but the Bogdan one was the best. Yeah, he always does really great with his presentations. He's always a favorite too. This is his second time doing an event with us. Well, it's 1 p.m. or it's the top of the hour wherever y'all are at. So I'm gonna get started. I'm Sydney. In case we haven't met yet, I'm the content manager here. This session is going to be a lunch and learn demo. I'm going to take you into Jobscan Premium, and I'll tell you two reasons why I wanted to do this session. One, because the main reason is that I know as a person, and whenever I find a tool that I want to use, I do a lot of research to see like what is it like? What are the features? How do they work? What do they do? I want to see all of that before I sign up or before I pay or before I get a trial even. And so I wanted to be able to give you all an opportunity to see everything, to see JobScan Premium, to just see how it works. And you can ask questions. I'll try to follow along with the chat. If there's something you want to see, like how does that work or what does that thing do? I want to show it to you just so you can see everything. And the second reason I want to do it is just to show the tools that JobScan has. Most people know about the resume scanner, but JobScan actually has tools for every part of the job search. And so maybe you have a premium account and you don't even know everything that's included. You might not be getting the most, like getting all the value for what you're paying for. So I want to be able to show that to y'all too. Now, if you are not a premium user yet, we are offering a special discount just for this event. So you can see a QR code up here as well as a URL down there. Going to that URL or using that QR code will take you to the page where you can get 20% off of JobScan Premium, and that's 20% off for life. So if you get the monthly plan, it'll be 20% off every month. If you get the quarterly plan, it'll be 20% off every quarter forever. So it's not just the first time. So take advantage of that. If you're watching this and you're like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. Go to that URL, jobscan.co/promo/standout25. I think we'll leave the QR code up throughout the whole session. So you'll always have that if you ever want to use it. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna switch to my screen right now. Thanks, Andy, for doing that. By the way, Andy Cabasso is on the back end. Y'all haven't seen him, but he is running everything. So please give a shout out to Andy. I'm gonna start at the very beginning, which is writing a resume. I'm gonna take you through all of the tools and features, and we're gonna see how everything works. This is purely just to let you see it. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So let's just dive in and get started. All right. So I'm in JobScan. I have my premium account and I'm going to start with building a resume. That's the first step. So I'm going to go up here to resume builder. By the way, just FYI, we are actually redesigning the dashboard. I've seen it. It looks amazing. It's not live yet. But if you sign up and when you get in here and maybe it looks different, I don't think we're releasing it for another couple weeks. But just FYI, it might change. It's going to be better. But anyway, so for now, I'm going to go up here and then go to Resume Builder. Now, a lot of people don't even know that Jobscan has a resume builder, but we do. And it's actually free. Like you don't have to have a premium account to use it. Probably shouldn't say that, but you don't have to have a premium account. There are some features that aren't available in the free version, which I'll show you, but you could use it and build a resume and download it for free. So whenever you start, you can either import your current resume. So like if you had a resume and you need to edit it, like you only have it as a PDF or you want to make sure it's ATS friendly, you could import a file and it will format it in Jobscan. This is a cool feature. You can import your resume from LinkedIn. So all you got to do is copy your LinkedIn URL and then paste it here, and it will import all of that information from your LinkedIn profile so you don't have to start from scratch. That's a really nice feature too. I'm going to start from scratch so that I can show y'all what the process is like. And okay, let me check to see if there's any questions. Can you show without the premium? I am going to point out along the way features that are premium only, so you'll be able to know the difference. So the first step here is to enter the job title that you're going to be applying for. You can skip this, but I recommend adding it because when you add it, our system will use AI to suggest skills that you should include on your resume. So it's really helpful if you do this. So for content marketing manager, it suggested things like communications budget, content marketing, and so on. I can click on any of these to say, yes, I want that to be on my resume. So I'm going to do content marketing, email marketing, market research, video production, social media. We'll do content strategy, event planning. If I wanted to add a skill, I just type it down here. I'm going to say management, press enter, and then it shows up there. I'll say leadership, press enter, and it shows up there. And I'll show you where these skills show up on your resume. So let me click continue. The next step is to select a template. Now, I talked about templates in my session, the keynote session about ATS friendly templates. They're really simple and they're really boring. Like it is what it is. You need something that is simple, that's easy for the system to understand, and also easy for the human to understand. It needs to be clear, legible, professional, simple. So that's what these templates are. You don't need a lot, you just need a good resume. So you can click on them and see a preview. Obviously, this text is the sample text. If I were to toggle off the sample, I don't have anything here yet. So I can use the sample to see what the template would look like. I'm going to select, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to select this one and then click on continue. And now I start adding my information. So first you can see where it added those skills that I selected. It automatically adds them to a core skills section. Right now that section is at the top because I don't have anything else on my resume. It won't always be there. So I'm going to start typing. I'll say put in my name so you can see it starts filling in the template. Title, email, I'm going to put a fake email here at mail.com, fake phone number. You don't have to fill in all of these fields if you don't want to. You could leave them blank, but I suggest adding contact info so that they can contact you. I'm checking questions to see if there's any I can address. Okay. All right. So you can add your LinkedIn URL. So I'm going to do that. And so it added my LinkedIn URL here. The nice thing about this is whenever you download this as a PDF or a Word doc, these URLs are clickable. And then I can add any other website. So if you had like a portfolio or something, you could add that. So like I have bit.ly/ I think Sydney Myers is the URL. So then it adds that URL, click enter. It adds that URL here. That'll be clickable too. The next step is to add your summary. Now, One feature that is part of the premium plan, so this has all been free so far, but one premium feature we have is an AI summary generator. It will take the context of your resume, take all of your experience and skills, and it will generate a tailored resume summary for you. So you could just like type something here, and you'll see as I type, it fills in the summary section. But if you're like, I don't know what to say, you could use AI to generate a summary. Now, you don't see that option here yet because there's nothing on my resume. The AI doesn't have any information about me. So I'm going to leave this blank and then come back to it after I've added some information. Address, I'm just going to add city and state. I'm going to skip postal code and country. So as you can see, you can leave any of these fields blank if you want to. I see a question. Can you use columns? Our templates do not use columns because when we tested ATS, it was kind of hit and miss. Some of them could understand and parse text that were in or like templates that used a column, and some of them couldn't. So we don't use columns in our templates. Okay. Continue. So now I can add my work experience. I'm just going to copy and paste this from my LinkedIn profile so it's faster. But I'm going to add my current experience here. So job title is content marketing manager. I work at Jobscan. I am remote, jobscan.co. So again, this URL, it will make this word clickable. You'll see it in a minute. Start date, I think I started June 2022. June 2022, and I currently work here. And then summary. So think of summary. You'll see here you have summary and highlights. Think of summary as like the overview of what you do, and highlights are achievements that show how good you are at doing that stuff. So summary is what you do. Highlights are how good you are at it. So I'm going to copy this here, summary. Now, when we get to highlights, this is another premium feature. You can add highlights even if you're a free user, but the premium feature is this. You're going to see this wand here. This is an AI feature that will generate bullet points for you. So you could use these copy and paste if they apply to you. You could click on one and then click apply and then edit it. If you're like, maybe I didn't increase traffic by 30%, I increased it by 45% or something. So you can edit it as you want to. You can also, instead of just taking the bullets that it gives you, you can, sorry, I got to move my sharing thing. You can click on select core skills, and then those skills that you selected at the beginning of this process, remember, they show up here. So you can say, I want a bullet point about content marketing. Give me a bullet point. You can actually select up to 2 skills to get a more robust bullet point. So if I select content marketing and market research, now I get bullet points that's going to combine both of those skills. So conducted comprehensive market research to inform content creation efforts, leading to increased customer engagement and sales. So I could do that with any 2 of these skills or just select one. If there's a skill here that I missed, I can add it. So like, I don't know, let's say writing. So now I can add a skill. It will add it to my core skills section. See, it added it there. And then I can also get a bullet point about that skill. So this AI feature is with premium users only. Free users can add highlights, of course, but you don't have the AI feature. If we accidentally skip that feature, how can we come back to it? You'll see this back button on every page, so you can go back. Also, clicking the back button in your browser does the same thing. So I'm going to continue on. Now, I'm not going to add more experience because that would take forever. I have a dummy resume that I'm going to pull up later on, but I'm going to continue through the rest of this process. But if you wanted to add more work experience, you could just click on Add Work Experience. And you can see that Jobscan is now clickable. That URL is now part of that word. So let's continue. Now we go to education. So let's say I went to University of North Texas, got a bachelor's degree in marketing. I started in, we'll say, 2006, since that's the year I graduated high school. Oh, I have to add a month. Oh, whatever, August, and graduated in, what would that be, 4 years? Whatever, October. Okay. GPA 4.0 because I'm a genius. Then I can add my minor and relevant coursework if I want to. When I click continue, you'll see it added that. So it automatically formats it in the best way for being ATS friendly as well as just visually easy to understand. It has all the information the recruiter will need. Now I can add any other section that I want to. These are like the basics that every resume should have, your work experience, your skills, education, but you can add other sections as you want to. So you could add more skills here if you wanted to add more skills. So I could add like project management and it'll add that skill. You can see it added it. I could even like drag and drop to rearrange these if I wanted to. I can also add categories if I wanted to do that. So I could add like a hard skills category and then, like SEO or something. So now you can see there's categories. So it's, different ways to organize that. I can also add certificates. So like I have Google Analytics 4 certification from Google, date, URL. Sometimes you have like an online certificate URL where you can add it and they can view like the PDF version of it. I could add awards. So, like, I got the YouTube Silver Creator Award from YouTube, and then add the summary like received silver play button for reaching 100K subscribers. So I can add information like that. And you can add volunteering, projects, languages, publications, interests. These are all, uh, what's the word, optional, but you can add all of these sections to your resume and it will automatically format it. What AI is Jobscan using with its platform? So we actually originally were using OpenAI for a lot of this text generation, and for some pieces, it does still use OpenAI. However, we've built our own proprietary custom JobScan AI, and so we're slowly moving features within our tool to that custom AI. So this won't be the same AI that you get with any other tool. It's our proprietary AI designed to be a resume writing expert. Yeah. Continue. All right. So now we have finished our resume. However, remember, I didn't write a resume summary. So let me go back to that part. And now that I've added all of this information, I can get a summary. So now you see generate summary. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to generate a summary for me based on the information I added. Now I didn't add a lot of information, so there's not a lot to go on, but it generated one experienced content marketing manager at JobScan, proficient in managing full funnel B2C content strategy, successfully increased website traffic by 45%. So you can see it pulled all of that from my experience. So managing full funnel B2C content. So that is here, manage the full funnel B2C content marketing strategy. Increased website traffic by 45%. So increase website traffic by 45%. So it's tailored to you and your experience. Okay, let's continue on because this isn't even like the core of JobScan. I am probably going to run out of time, but I'll keep it going. Okay, so now we can give our resume a name. This is just for when you download it, the file name, or in JobScan itself, you can reference that resume later on. I'm just going to call it Sydney Myers Content Marketing Manager resume. That sounds good. I can download it as a Microsoft Word document or as a PDF. And now it is downloaded as a PDF and it's on my computer. It just went to my downloads folder. So now that, question. Is it required to fill the graduation dates? I don't believe so. I want to say every feature is like optional. Let me see if I can do this really quick. Education. If I delete that, month, year, and then do month, year. Can I continue? Yeah. So you don't have to include the years on your education. Yeah. All right. So now that I have a resume, the next step naturally here is to look for a job. And so Jobscan can help you with that. I'm going to click on continue to jobs, and this takes us to the job search window. This works just like any other job board you've seen. There's not a lot to explain here. I'm going to search for content marketing jobs. I want to work remotely, so I'm just going to click on search. And now we have content marketing jobs. This one looks good. Director of marketing. Actually, let me do this one. Content marketing lead. I like these, but I'm gonna do this one. So let's say I read this job. This looks good. I like it. I have three options here. I see scan, save, or apply. I'm not ready to apply because I haven't tailored my resume. So I'm not going to do that yet. Save job. Let's see what that means. So I want to save it. Okay. And then that button changes to track. So let's see what that means. I liked these other jobs, so I'm going to save those two, and maybe I'll save this one, growth marketer. Okay, so I've saved those jobs. So let me click on track, and I'll show you this next tool, which is Job Tracker. Job Tracker is a tool for tracking your job application. Whenever you save a job, it creates a card for that job. Um, this is the growth marketer one, so I'll just go with this one. It automatically pulls in the job description, the job title, the company name, the job listing URL, the salary if it had been there, which it wasn't, of course, because they never give the salary. I can click on resume and I can attach a resume. So, like, this is the resume I want to use for applying for this job. I'll come back to this. Cover letter, I could generate a cover letter here if I wanted to. Interviews, as I get interviews, I can add them here, track them, and it will send me calendar invites and reminders so that I don't miss it, or just notes. And this is Job Tracker. Really simple. Job Tracker is a free tool. The difference with Premium is that these match rates, these scores here, as you scan resumes, of course, you'll be able to see those scores for all of your cards. You know, like when you're on a free account, you only get 5 scans. So obviously, if you have more than 5 cards here, you won't see the match rate. So with Premium, you get a score for all of the jobs that you've saved so that you know like which one you should apply for. All right, so let's go back to this one as a growth marketer. And I've got my other one saved, but let's say I'm like, all right, I want to apply for this job. I have my resume. Let me start tailoring my resume for this job. So I'm going to click on resume. I can drag and drop or upload my resume. So I'm going to upload one that I already have. So this is one that I've filled out completely. It's not that other one because that one didn't have a lot of information. So this is one that I already have. I uploaded it. I'm going to click on add resume. Let me stop and see if there's any questions. Where are these jobs coming from? That's a really good question. I want to say I know they come from LinkedIn. I've seen some from Indeed. We pull from a third-party API, so it's not just connected to one site. It's connected to this other tool that pulls in job openings from like every job board out there. So it's like instead of just going to Indeed and just getting the ones they've posted, you can see all of them that are available from all those sites. Okay. Okay, so yeah, where are the jobs coming from? Yeah, I see. Okay, so hopefully that answered that question. Um, can you get those scans to speed up? I'm not sure what that means. Oh, like whenever you're adding the resume? Interesting. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so now that I've got my resume added, you can see there's a lot more information on this one. Now I can start tailoring my resume. So I see the option to scan or I see the option to use Power Edit. Why are there two options? And I'm gonna explain why. The scan button goes to our match report. that is basically just a report of what you need to do. You can take the report, you can open your file in Microsoft Word or whatever, make the changes, and do it that way. Some people prefer that. The now Power Edit is you get the same report, same information, but you can edit your resume in the browser using Jobscan. I personally prefer Power Edit. I think it's easier and just better, but some people they prefer to just get the report. I'm not really sure why, but just so we can make everyone happy, we give you both options. So I'm going to start with Scan. I'm going to show you that, and then I'll also show you Power Edit so that you can see both. Again, I want to show you everything. Um, Bets, this is a good question. How do you manage all your versions of customized resumes? So I think I can answer that quickly. So whenever you're here and you're looking at your cards, that resume that you've tailored will be attached to this card. So every time you tailor a resume for a job, it'll be attached to the card. So yeah, I think that pretty much answers that. If you wanted to, you could go up here to resume manager, and then you can just see all of your resumes. But to keep track of which resume you used for each job, it'll be attached to the job tracker card. Okay, so is this the one I added the resume to? Yeah, okay. So let's click on scan, and then we'll look at the match report. The match report, one of the key features is the match rate. It tells you how well you match the job. The key here is that this is not just a resume score, like how good is your resume? Because as y'all probably know, you can have an amazing resume and still not get an interview. This is telling you how well your resume matches the job. Are you a good fit? The higher your match rate, the higher your chances of getting an interview. So that's the way to view this match rate. I'm at 35%. We recommend a match rate of at least 65%, if not 75%. 100% is impossible. Then it gets like keyword stuffing and stuff, but somewhere around 65, 70, 75%. Now, just because I have an initially low match rate doesn't mean I should give up. I should do some tailoring to see if I can increase my match rate. So on this report, we have searchability. I'm going to go through all these in depth, but I'll just show you what you've got. Searchability, hard skills, soft skills, recruiter tips, and formatting. If you're on a free plan, you will not see formatting. This will be blurred out. Also on a free plan, you do not see all of the skills. So like when I go to show more, you can see there's like a lot of skills here. You won't see all of these. Some of them will be blurred out. So let's start at the top and I'll go through each one of these sections. Now, keep in mind in Power Edit, you see this exact same report. So same sections, same everything. Searchability. So this is just making sure that your resume has the correct information, that like key information that a recruiter might search for. So like, does it have contact information? Does it have a summary? Are the section headings right or good? Does it match the job title, or does it include a job title that matches the one you're applying for? If you watched my keynote address earlier, you saw that matching the job title like vastly increases your chances of getting an interview. Are the dates formatted correctly? A recruiter might search for people with a certain number of years of experience. Education, does it match the education requirements? Now you'll see here my resume does not match it because it doesn't include a bachelor's degree. I know on that other resume I put a bachelor's degree. On the resume that I uploaded here, this dummy resume, it doesn't include a degree. So that's why this one came up. Now, a lot of people, when they see this, they're like, why does it say, why does it say I don't have contact information? I do. Like, why is it saying that? Well, remember that our system is designed to mimic an ATS. So if our system can't detect something, then chances are an ATS won't be able to either. So, like, if it's not detecting your dates or something else, then there might be something wrong with the formatting. Okay, so that's basically like an overview of how to use this and what you get in here. Um, there's an interesting feature that I think is further on down, so I'll wait to get to that. Okay, so next you'll see hard skills. And oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay. I almost got confused. So the next thing you'll see is hard skills. So remember, whenever I created this card, I took it from a job. And so that job description was pulled into this scan. So these hard skills came from that job description. So it's telling me these are the skills that are listed on the job description that you should list on your resume. Same thing with soft skills. These are soft skills that are listed that you should list on your resume. Either the recruiter will be searching for these skills in the ATS, or when they look at your resume, they'll be looking for these skills because they want to make sure you have it. Um, you can see how many times that skill is listed on your resume and how many times it's listed on the job description. The general idea is that the more times it's listed, the more important it is, but that's totally up to you. But chances are, if they list it a lot, it's probably like really important to them. Let me see if they're okay, here's a good question. Wait, where'd it go? How safe is our contact information that we upload? I don't see any data protection policy when we upload. There is a privacy policy it's not on this screen, but I think on like your dashboard or something, there's a privacy policy you can check out. Your data is protected. I assure you, our IT team talks about this all the time, actually, to make sure the data is protected. They test it all the time to see if someone could hack into it, or if they type in a different URL, could they get to someone else's thing. Your private information will never show except for you whenever you're logged in. So don't worry about that. Okay, so hard skills. Right, so you can see how many times it's on your resume and how many times it's on the job description. Now, let's say you're looking at a skill and you're like, what did they mean by that? Like Excel, is that just like they want to know if I can use Microsoft Excel, or like sales or HubSpot? Like what do they mean when they say social media? Well, if I click on a skill, it will show me that skill in the job description so I can see the context. So here social media is highlighted, so I can see manage and optimize SEO, SEM, social media, email, and content marketing. Okay, so manage and optimize. Okay, so when I talk about this skill, I need to talk about how I have managed a social media strategy. You see how it can help you to write effective bullet points. And that's really the key. Like, don't just put these skills on the skills section of your resume, like bullet, boom, boom, boom. You can do that, of course, but this should guide the highlights that you talk about, the measurable achievements that you talk about, your bullet points, say how you used these skills in your job. That's really the best way to use this list. Soft skills works the same way. I can see the full list. I can click on it to view it in the context of the job description. You can see the full list of skills here. So I can click on one, it'll show me that skill in the job description. Um, all right, those are okay. And so we went. No, I'll get to that later on. Just calm down. Okay. So the next section is recruiter tips. Now, recruiter tips don't necessarily, well, they don't impact your match rate, because these are just best practices that you should do with every resume. So they don't affect your match rate, but they are still good things to include. So like a job level match, measurable results, resume tone, your web presence, like a portfolio or LinkedIn URL. Word count, is your resume too long or too short? It'll analyze your resume and give these tips based on recruiter input that we've gotten. Formatting. So this is the part that is available only for premium users. And then again, premium users also see the full skill list here. So formatting, one, it's also ATS friendly formatting. Make sure you have that, but also just making sure it's formatted in a human friendly way as well. So like the layout, does it have a bunch of images that wouldn't be good for an ATS? Is the font in a readable color? That's just good for humans. Does the font size good? Does it use a standard font, page setup? So it checks all of those things to make sure that the resume is ATS friendly and human friendly. Okay. Okay. So now that we've gone through this whole report, what do we do? Well, like I said, you have two options. You can just take this report, open your resume as a document, make all these edits, add the contact info I'm missing, add these skills, make these formatting changes, and then click on upload and rescan. I would re-upload that file now that I've changed it. And after I do that, it will change my match rate. It'll give me a new match rate based on the changes that I made. Pretty simple there. The other option that I prefer, that a lot of people prefer, is to use Power Edit. So you can get to Power Edit from here. So if you're like, I don't want to make these changes manually, let me just go into Power Edit. You could get it from there. I'll go back to Job Tracker to show you where that was here. So you can see now that card has updated with my match rate. So as I add resumes and stuff to these other cards, they'll update too. So, and then the other place to get to Power Edit is again from Resume and then Power Edit. They both go to the same place. I'm just kind of showing you different ways to get to them or get to it. So let's go into Power Edit and see what that experience is like. So I'm going to click on Power Edit. Power Edit itself is only available to premium users. It's like a beast of a tool. So in Power Edit, you get the same report again, searchability. It checks all of that. Same checks, same information, hard skills, all of that. Same report, same information, but you can edit your resume right here in the browser. This could be as simple as like, hey, I want to add to my summary, I'm awesome, whatever. You can edit it just like a Word doc. But you can also make changes within the report as well. So let me elaborate. And I'll show you like a few of those options. So let's say I'm looking at hard skills and I'm like, okay, so it says I need growth marketing or data driven skills, user acquisition. So I want to add that skill to my resume. Well, with Power Edit, there's two ways I can do that. I can just click on this icon. And when I do that, it added that skill, growth marketing, to my core skills section. And I could do that with all of these. User acquisition, now it's added. Excel, now it's added. Simple as that. But that's not always the best way. Remember, I said you should also tailor your resume bullet points. So with Power Edit and with a premium account, I also get a bullet point generator, just like you saw in the resume builder. You also get that feature here in Power Edit. So I'm going to click on analytical skills, and I'm like, okay, how can I say analytical skills? It's going to generate some phrase suggestions for me. So use strong analytical skills to gauge different effective content effectiveness, resulting in a 30% increase in engagement rates. I did that. Yes, I did. So I can click on that. It's now copied to my clipboard. I can go up here. Remember, it's just like a word processor. Press enter, new highlight, paste, and it's there. I can edit this too. I can add whatever text. Let's say I didn't increase it by 30%. I increased it by like 25%. I could change that. So that's another way that that Power Edit makes it easy to write your resume. You just got to click on the skill and it will generate 3 bullet points for you. You get unlimited phrase generations, as many as you want. You can do the same with soft skills. Um, and then like any of these other changes, so like for example, it says contact phone. You didn't include a phone number. So I could just type it here if I wanted to, but I can also go to the editor and profile information and then add my phone number. This is not my real phone number, so don't call me. It'll ring Chuck Norris. Okay, so and then now my phone number is there. And if I go back to searchability, hopefully it caught it. It did. Okay. Contact phone. So now it's there. So you can edit it in real time and see an improved match rate. See, my match rate already went up to 43. It was 35 before. Someone asked, what's a good match rate? You can see here we recommend 75% or more, at least 65%. Okay, so let's move on. We saw the report, saw some of these features. You saw the editor, so you can also edit it. This looks familiar, right? Like this looks like the resume builder. So you can also edit all of your stuff here, just like the resume builder, your work experience, and all those AI features, they're here too. Like, so let's say I didn't have a summary. I can generate a summary here. So generate summary, and it's going to be based on all of my work experience and skills. Same thing with my uh, bullet points. So if I go down to work experience and I want to add highlights. Oh, we don't have a bullet point generator. Well, what do you know? We don't have a bullet point generator here. I could have sworn we did. Okay, well, use the bullet point generator in the resume builder. And then here you can use the generated bullet points from the hard skills section. That's probably why it's not in the builder, because it makes more sense to get it from here. Okay, my bad. All right, so you can edit your work experience from here or any of the other sections, projects, volunteering. If you don't have a section, you can just add it. So like I don't have education on my resume, so I can just click the plus button and then add education experience. Simple as that. Confirm. Yes. Remove that. Okay. Let me pause and see if there are any questions about Power Edit. I'll go through like one, like you'll see the style tab. So you can select a different template, like if you change your mind. And also in Power Edit, you get colors. So with a resume builder, there's no color option. So here you have some color options. So you could change your template if you wanted to. Okay, let me see if there's questions. So your resume is using 2 pages. That's okay for experienced people. I'm not a resume writing expert. My resume is 4 pages, okay, and I ain't ashamed of it because I'm awesome. Okay, so the general rule is to say as much as you need to say as concisely as possible. So you can see, like, I have a lot of bullet points here, but they're not 5 lines long each. They're very short. I'm sharing like the most important highlights. Let me see other questions. I love my premium account. I have found it super helpful. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. Um, if I have a summary that stands out, then I upload my resume to Jobscan. Will Jobscan rewrite it and I would need to change it back? I'm not sure what the second part means, but I can say that yes, Jobscan will rewrite it. Um, I'm not sure if you want to change it back. You could do Command Z and it would undo. Like, see, I did Command Z and it undid what I just did. So you could do that if that's what you mean. But yes, it will rewrite it. Thank you for asking, because that's actually a feature that I didn't mention. So if I click on my summary, you can see that it's recommending that I shorten it. It's 129 words. It recommends 40 words max. So let's say it was too long, or maybe like it just didn't sound good. I didn't like it or something. I can click on the rephrase icon and it will rephrase my summary for me to either shorten it if that's the case or just improve it. So here's my rephrased summary. I can click rewrite or accept it. And now it's accepted it. You can do the same with your bullet points. This is the summary for my job, but I could do the same with the bullet points. I can rephrase my bullet points too. Okay, I got to move on because I'm not even done yet. Like, I ain't even done. Okay, so now that we have an optimized resume, we need a cover letter, but I don't want to write a cover letter because I just don't. So click on cover letter and then click on generate cover letter, and I get a cover letter. This will analyze the job description, so the job requirements, the skills, experience, all of that. It will analyze my resume, so my experience and skills, and it will write me a tailored cover letter. So this is tailored to the role, the company, the skills that are required. It'll take some of the experience that I have and explain how that experience relates to the required skills. It's tailored, it's personalized, it's relevant, everything. And like, I'm done. So like, that's it. I could have it rewrite it if I didn't like it, or I could click in here and just start typing. Again, it's just like a word processor. So I could do that. And then when I'm done, I just download it as a PDF and then like, boom, done. Cover letter. Resume. When I'm done with my resume, I can download it as a PDF or a Microsoft Word document. And now I have my resume. Okay, so there's one more tool and I got to hurry up. I only have like 2 minutes left. So I'm going to jump into LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is, oh, right, I save this. Okay, don't save. Okay, now LinkedIn optimization, I think there is a free version of it. However, to get the full report, this is for premium users only. And I don't think I specified this, but in Power Edit, actually, no, Power Edit is for premium users only. Anyway, so yeah, Power Edit is for premium users only. LinkedIn optimization, there's a free version, but to get the full report, it's for premium users only. So this is how it works. This helps you to optimize your LinkedIn profile. You enter your LinkedIn URL, click on continue. You don't need to log in. You don't need to connect your profile. It's just going to read the information from your profile URL. Um, Now, I want to optimize my LinkedIn profile for jobs that I'm going to apply for. So I could add a new job description. But since I've already saved some jobs, remember in Job Tracker, let me zoom out. Remember in Job Tracker how I saved these jobs, these job cards? Those are here. So I can just select those because it's like, yeah, I want to apply for those. Plus, click the plus sign. We recommend selecting at least 3 jobs. You don't want to optimize your LinkedIn profile for one job because you're going to apply for a lot. So your profile needs to be a little more broad. So I'm going to select 4, click on scan. It's going to scan my profile. It's going to compare it to the job descriptions that I selected. And let me minimize that. Okay. It's going to analyze my whole profile, and then it's going to give me a report of what I can do to improve my profile. Okay, while it's doing that, I see a couple comments. Can you change the margin size? Uh, no, in Power Edit, you're talking about the resume. You can't change the formatting in Power Edit, but when you download it as a Microsoft Word document, then it's Microsoft Word. You can change it as you want to. Okay, so let me continue on. All right, so now I have my LinkedIn profile. It's given me a match report. This is based on my LinkedIn profile and those job descriptions. So this match report is different from the Power Edit match report. That was one resume and one job. This is my LinkedIn profile to many jobs, different match report, but same concept. How well does my profile match the jobs? It checks my basic information. Do I include my name? Do I have a profile picture, a background picture? Do I list my location, my industry? Have I turned on open to work? It checks all of those things, just the basic info. It checks my headline. Do I have a good headline? Do I include one of the titles that I'm going to be applying for? Do I include some of the core skills? So it checks all of those things. I could write a new headline if I wanted to, but if I don't want to, I can just click on generate new headline, and then it gives me a new headline based on these recommendations. See, easy peasy. Next, profile summary. So it checks, is the length good? Do I use relevant job titles? Do I mention key skills? Do I mention measurable results? And it tells me what I can do to improve it. And here's my current summary. If I don't want to write a new summary, I just click on generate new summary, and it generates a new one based on my experience and these recommendations. So it's tailored to me, it's personalized, it's relevant, it's not making stuff up. So I can wait and see that new summary. And then there it is. I just click on it and it's copied to my clipboard. Next, it checks my work experience. Again, do I have the basic information for my work experience? Recruiters are going to be searching for certain job titles for certain years of experience. They're going to be looking at my profile to see, do I have measurable results? So it checks that to see if I have those things, and then breaks it down for each job to say, like, where, like, this got an X or this got an X, like which specific job is it missing from, so I can see that. And then next, just like my match report, it tells me the key skills that I should include on my LinkedIn profile. So it tells me how many times that skill is on my LinkedIn profile, how many times it's mentioned on the job descriptions that I added. So I can see them here or show them here. These skills I would add to, it's this section right here, that. So you do that whenever you click on the edit icon and then edit, and then you've got skills. It's those skills right there that it's checking. That's what LinkedIn is searching when a recruiter does a search. checks my education to see, do I have education that matches what's required in the job descriptions that I uploaded? And then a couple other things. Do I have a vanity URL? So like my URL is linkedin.com/in/Sydney-Myers. Just good practice. It checks things like that, number of connections. So it's just a full profile rundown. Here's what you can do to not only improve your profile, but tailor it to the jobs that you're going to apply for. You can make those changes on your LinkedIn profile. Um, Again, Jobscan doesn't have access to your LinkedIn profile, so it's not going to change anything. It won't affect it. It won't change your headline. It won't do anything. That is your profile. This is just telling you what you could do. So once you make those changes to your profile, you just click New LinkedIn Scan, and then it will rescan your profile. It'll see those changes, and it will give you an updated match rate. Okay, I think I did it, and I am a little bit over time, but I think that is basically the basics of it. That's everything that JobScan helps with: writing a resume, searching for jobs, tailoring your resume, generating a cover letter, optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Um, let's see, are there any quick questions that I can answer? Otherwise, I need to jump out of here. Um, Melissa, thank you. I've been using another service, but I like this one better, so we'll switch. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, promo code. Okay. Now that you've seen how amazing JobScan is, remember you can get 20% off of JobScan Premium. There's a QR code up in the corner that you can scan, or you can go to the URL that's showing down below me, jobscan.co/promo/standout25. You get 20% off of JobScan Premium forever, not just the first month or the first quarter, but every month, every quarter, whichever plan you choose. You get access to all of this that I showed you. Plus, there's actually more, like I didn't get to show you in Job Tracker. Like, here's also the cover letter generator. And then with interviews, there's this thank you note feature. I didn't really get to go into that. And then there's like your scan history and resume manager. So there's things that I didn't get to go into. So you get access to all of that with JobScan Premium. I hope that this was helpful. I hope I was able to show you everything that you wanted to know. So yeah, I think that's all. The next session coming up, let me pull up my schedule so that I can show y'all. The next session coming up is ATS Revealed, the truth about applicant tracking system. This is going to be good. It's by Paige. She's a JobScan employee. She is a JobScan expert. She's been here forever. She's like employee number 3, literally our OG. So she's going to be diving into applicant tracking systems, how they work, how recruiters use them. It's going to be a really helpful session. So I'll see y'all over there. Thanks for joining this one. Bye, everybody.